Hello, I'm Game Retainer, and in this video I'll be going over some of the changes that are being made to the Navezgane map for the Storms Brewing update. This video will include some of the new POIs that have been put into the game, and it'll also feature an old POI that has finally made its way to the map. I will be making a few of these, so keep an eye out for them. I will also be showing off the new trader coordinates because they've all decided to move home, except for Hugh for some reason. Now with that said, let's jump straight in. With the exception of Hugh, all of the traders on the Navezgane map have a new home. So I'll be quiet for a minute and just show off the coordinates for each of them.
If you drink all the coffee, I'll kill you.
Good morning to my favorite customer.
Top of the morning to you. How can I help?
It's a good day to shoot some Zed-heads. What do you say?
Now that we've looked at the traders, let's take a look at some of the new POIs on the Navezgane map. I'm going to start off with Correa Rockworx, but I'm going to go over this one super fast because I already covered this one in more detail in the video I linked in the intro. But this is the new tier 5 one, and yeah, the coordinates are on the screen for the Navezgane map. Glover Fair Boxing Gym is up next. This is a tier 2 POI located in the snow biome, and it's nothing all that special aside from one feature, and that is, unsurprisingly, a boxing ring. To my knowledge, outside of mods, there hasn't been anything quite like this in the game, and I do really like the way it looks. And not only that, while the loot itself isn't particularly great, with it being a tier 2, it's very easy to grab because this door here leads to the outside, so you can just make your way around the back and grab it and run away. Best Pals Bunker can be found in the Wasteland on this map, and while it is a tier 0 POI, because it is in the Wasteland, it kind of gets bumped up to a tier 2. I do like this one. It's not very big, but it does kind of fit the lore of the game. It's very lore friendly, and I like that. I'll show you the bunker from outside of the map so you can see. It's not huge, but it's big enough, and if you do want a little place to hide during a storm in the Wasteland, then this one is pretty much ideal. The interior isn't anything too special, but it does have lots of detail, which I do like, and it's big enough for a storage room, so happy days. One thing to keep in mind with this bunker is that is not the only entrance. Here is a hatch, and if I go underneath here, you can make your way in through there as well. Right on the outskirts of Dyersville, you'll find the tackle box. Dyersville is literally just there, so you're out of the first major town just enough to avoid the largest horde of zombies that tends to wander around the streets, but you're not too far away that you can't nip in for some loot. Also, Trader Act is pretty close by, which is very nice. This POI kind of has most of what you need to get started early on. There are a couple of farms around which you can go in and grab some quick food. You do have a nice little pond slash lake. Would it be a whatever you call this, right? Lake, pond, it's water. As for the building itself, it doesn't take a lot to turn this into a really nice early game fortress. So if you're looking for a nice and easy tier 0 POI early on, then the tackle box might be a good shout. Up next we have the Eater's Gate. This is a really cool shape for the entrance. I'm assuming that's why it's got the name Gate. It's only a tier 1 slash tier 3 because it is in the Wasteland, so it's not difficult to clear, and the loot is, well, it's not great. But it's a fun little cave to happen across and explore, and it won't take you more than a few minutes to clear either, which is quite nice for some quick resources. This POI here is a bit of an odd one because, as you can see on the screen, it doesn't actually have a proper name, so it's only got like the in-game file name to it. I'm assuming the developers do have a name for it, they just haven't implemented it yet. It's a cool little tier 0 POI that you'll find in the Burnt Forest on this map, and inside you'll find a bar, which that in itself is pretty cool. There's not a lot in the way of loot, but it does go underground, which is also nice. And if you make your way around and through, then you can go up or in, depending on how you enter the place, through the well. Crazy Billy's Used Cars is a desert POI, and it's a tier 1 by default. There's a car on the roof, which is an interesting choice. Because there's lots of cars here, you can break all these down and walk away with quite a lot of materials. Not only that, but over the road you'll find O'Reilly Auto, which has even more vehicles to break down. The loot isn't fantastic, but you can find it right here if you want to come and grab that and go. One other little noteworthy thing about this place is that if you make your way into the back room, then you'll see this little area here where somebody used to live. Just a stone's throw away from the previous entry, you'll find this lovely little cul-de-sac. And on the cul-de-sac, you'll find the Don Diego estate. This is a tier 2 POI, and the building itself has a rather unique shape to it, but that's not why I'm featuring it now. The reason I'm featuring it is because of this. Look how awesome that looks. Putting that aside, the back of the building has a couple of makeshift diving boards, and it also has this little building here. You can't do a lot with it, not unless you're willing to dig down and make it bigger, but it's a nice little addition. The Dr. Karen Higashi residence has been in the game for quite a while. However, it hasn't been on the Navezgane map, but now it is. While it does look very picturesque, and as far as prime real estate goes, you're not going to get much better than this. This is not a place to come if you are new and or inexperienced. This is a tier 5 POI, and if I show you the underground complex, it is pretty huge. I have shown off a few aspects of this place in different videos. It's a real cool one to learn more about the lore of the game, and some subtle clues and hints as to what might have gone on. Because it is a top tier POI, you can expect to walk away with some top tier loot, but as you can hear, enemies will spawn in left, right and centre, so keep that in mind. Finishing off this list, we have the Devil's Cauldron. This is a tier 1 POI located in the Wasteland, and it doesn't look like much from above, but below, it's pretty big, it's windy, it's narrow, and it's very easy to get all turned around and lost in. You're not going to get overrun by enemies, or at least you shouldn't, but it's not going to be easy, especially if you are quite new to the game, so proceed with caution. So thank you very much for checking out this video. Hopefully you found it interesting, and maybe you've learned a few new POIs to check out. There are more of these videos on the way because there are lots of new POIs and lots of changes made to this map. One thing you should keep in mind is that the POIs featured on this list, you'll also find on other maps as well. This is not just for Navezgane, these POIs are everywhere. But once again, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.